I sometimes look around and find myself being overwhelmed with gratitude. This doesn't mean that my life is perfect. It's just simply I'm grateful for the many blessings in my life. Research supports the idea of how healthy it is to develop a sense of gratitude. And it just starts simply by creating a desire to be grateful for the life we have. You can actually train your brain to find things that you're grateful for, and you can cultivate this feeling of gratitude. You can start journaling a few things that you are grateful for, and this actually triggers your brain to look for the evidence to support your thought of gratitude. This is going to also help you to create a desire for the life you live. It's really all an inside job because when we stop and think about it, the best job, reaching the biggest goal, the best house, or the best spouse, none of those things can really and truly fulfill us. And if we stop and recall some of those things that maybe don't feel quite perfect right now, they may be the fulfillment of our answered prayers from long ago or from recently. So we can look for evidence of how these things are what we were desiring for our life at one point. So rather than feeling stressed, try to recall the times that you prayed to have the job you currently have, the house you currently have, the spouse you have, or maybe you prayed to be a mom and now you feel overwhelmed. But be careful not to put off enjoying your great big beautiful life until you reach a certain goal or job or move into the perfect house. Because all these things are really just a moving target. It all does come back to our perspective. You probably heard the story before of the three bricklayers, but their example is worth repeating. The first bricklayer was always stressed and overwhelmed and tired with laying the bricks. The second one was simply building, almost just on autopilot or survival mode. The third one, however, he was building a temple and he was honored to get to do it. If you find yourself in this survival mode, or maybe you're like the first bricklayer and you're just stressed all the time, you may find that you're too busy fighting off the bear or balancing all the plates to truly be grateful and enjoy the life you live. If you feel like you're just going through the motions and kind of like the movie The Groundhog Day, just repeating that day over and over and over, your brain may be trying to keep you safe by telling you the things that bring you joy aren't really necessary anymore for your survival. Because often those things that bring us joy and produce gratitude are the first things to go when our brain thinks that we just need to survive. But you can start simply by making a list of things that once brought you joy. And this will remind your brain of what that feels like. You can grow this list into something of more current value to you, things that could bring you joy now, if you were to reintroduce them. It may mean rekindling an old forgotten hobby. It could even mean picking up a new hobby. I've really worked with several clients now that have experienced this. They have been able to come out of a season of survival, deal with some trauma or some unprocessed emotions, and rediscover things that bring them joy. We are all given one big, beautiful life, and it's all about our perspective. We can choose to see it as amazing or not. But whichever way we choose to perceive it, it's not a dress rehearsal. So really be on to your brain if it starts telling you the lie that you are waiting to live your best life. Do you feel like it will be your best life when you graduate or get a job or reach a milestone or pay off debt, find the perfect spouse, house, vacation, etc.? Those things are based on what we make them mean with our own thoughts and the feelings the thoughts produce about them. So, for example, we think that we will feel successful when we graduate, but we can actually back that up and start feeling successful even as a student on the way to graduating. Even if we have some bumps along the way, maybe we fail a class, maybe we struggle through that really tough statistics class. Whatever it is, we can still find some reasons to be grateful and find some reasons to feel successful. And those are the thoughts we want to practice. Because once we graduate, we're going to realize that we have to find a job. And then we're going to think success is this perfect job. But we land it and we soon realize it's not really completely perfect after all, because we are still working with some imperfect people and we live in a fallen world. But good news, you can go ahead right now. Right now, you can be where your feet are in gratitude. You can choose thoughts that produce the feelings that you want to feel right now. It's simple. You just choose to elevate your thoughts, even just the teeniest little bit. Like the illustration with the student being successful before they graduate. You can even choose to be gratitude, to have gratitude. Now, even before you reach the goal that you think is going to make you be more grateful, especially those goals that kind of feel like moving targets, just start imagining how you're going to feel. How are you going to act? And then back it up and start doing it now. Start thinking the thoughts and the feelings and taking the actions that are going to produce the gratitude and the joy that you really want to walk in. It can all happen simultaneously. You truly can step into those feelings at the same time that you're working on that elusive goal. And then you get to start embracing your great, big, beautiful life right now. Until next time, this is my hope for you. You can find me at stephaniejohns.com or on the gram at the Hope Coach. You can use the links in the show notes below to apply for one-on-one coaching and to join my email list.